Everyone understand English? Okay, so only two or three. Rest, they have their strength. They are capable of doing everything. They are very much happy. No weaknesses. Everyone has the weakness of heart. You know, if someone says that I don't have, oh, so let's see what it is. Om Gyanti Mirandasya Gyanajam Sarate Chakshurumritam Yanam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Mahavishnu Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Bhagavadami Dadati Shudabhigam Namo Vishnu Krishna Krishna Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Vinamani Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Vishesha Shunyavadi Pashanati Deshatari Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivedanta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. So this weakness of heart topic we are going to discuss from Bhagavad Gita. Okay, there is some special word used by Krishna himself in Bhagavad Gita. Okay, anyone knows what is that word which Krishna uses? Obviously, it is given which sloka we are taking today. It's Bhagavad Gita 2.3. It's mentioned down here, right? So the word is Hridaya Dorbalyam. Hridaya means heart, and Durbalta, means weakness. Okay. So if we talk, let's first understand. I want to know that how many of you are reading Bhagavad Gita. Please raise your hand. Very less. Okay, rest. They have heard about Bhagavad Gita? Okay, very nice. Thankful. Hope there are some hopes. Okay. And who all came for the first time here? Okay, very nice. Okay. Special welcome. Okay, and who all are chanting? Chanting rounds, japa. Very nice. Okay. So Bhagavad Gita is a dialogue, is a conversation between Krishna and Arjuna. Okay. It is also being there is also a verse of Dhritarashtra, who is the king of Hastinapur. Okay, and there is also dialogue we can see. There is a fourth person involved, and his name is Sanjay. Sanjay is a secretary of Dhritarashtra, the king. Okay, so Dhritarashtra is blind, and he was awarded Divya Chakshu, but he rejected. And he told that Sanjay will tell what is going on there. Okay, so Sanjay got the Divya Chakshu from his guru, Vyasadeva, and he is watching a match on a television. So he can watch everything what is going on in Kurukshetra battlefield by sitting at Dhritarashtra's place. So everything is moving before his eyes, in front of his eyes. Okay, and in first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it is mentioned that Arjuna, obviously Arjuna is a great warrior, great archer, and he is known that he has won many battles, including the battle between this Kauravas. Before there was a battle between them, it happened in Virat Yuddha, and Arjuna single-handedly fought and won. So Arjuna was, he was knowing that there is no loss; they are going to win. Okay, and many things happened. We know, like what happened with Draupadi also, what happened with Bhima. He was poisoned by Duryodhana, and their house was also burned. Many things happened. So yes, adharma was rising on one side, and most deserving, the devotees, the most deserving people were actually thrown away, for forest exile. So yes, Krishna himself says that, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chadushritam dharma samsthapanarthaya. So to re-establish religion, Krishna himself comes. So yes, he came and then he arranged the battle, and Adharmi, all the Adharmi was on the other side. Okay. So Arjuna he was having that confidence that he is going to win this battle. Okay, but when we read Bhagavad Gita, we see that in first chapter he is shocked, he is amazed. First he says that Krishna, let's go in the center, take my chariot, in between both the armies. I have to see that who all came to fight with me. So he wants to see. So Krishna doesn't respond. So Krishna just drives the chariot in between. And Krishna is he knows everything. Where is our weak point? So Krishna very smartly places the chariot in front of whom? Bhishma Dev and Dronacharya. Bhishma Dev is who? The Dadaji, grandfather of Arjuna, and Dronacharya is who? The teacher. So he's very smart. Krishna is very smart. And now Arjuna, seeing both of them, his hands, his hair standing on end. He is perspiring now. His Gandiva bow falls away. He is amazed now. He is shocked, and he is saying that no, I cannot fight. How can I kill my grandfather, my teacher, my friends, my brothers, everyone I know? And after killing them, how will I enjoy this? This is the adharma. I will get sins. Paap lagega. And after killing them, what will happen? Their wives will get, their husband is gone. So, anath. Bacha anath. So many things will happen. So there are given many reasons. 5 reasons are given by Arjuna that I will not fight. Okay. And then second chapter starts where Krishna actually speaks. Okay. So in 2.2, that is the first verse of Bhagavad Gita where Krishna starts speaking. And Krishna says that, what are you talking about? You are talking about big things, but it has no meaning. And how these impurities have come to you. Krishna says that. And then this is the second verse which Krishna is speaking. And see what Krishna is speaking to Arjuna. So Krishna says, Klebyam masma gama partha, naitatva upapadyate, shudram hridaya dorpalyam, tyakto vattishta parantapa. So translation, O son of Pritha, do not yield to this degrading importance. It does not become you. Give up such petty weakness of heart and arise, O chastiser of enemy. So Krishna is, chastising Arjuna. What chastisement he is giving? Klebyam. Okay, we will discuss what is klebyam. Remember this word. Okay, so he is chastising and he is saying that these words you are talking about, it is not the words of Arjuna. You are a Kshatriya and you should fight like a Kshatriya. If a army person, he is trained as an army, right? He is a military man, and he goes to the border, and when the time comes to shoot, actually, it is very rare that someone, like some soldier, is getting an opportunity to shoot. It is very rare, No one gets that chance. And the one who is getting, and if he says, no, I am not going to shoot. This is sinful. So why is he standing there? If someone knows dance, and he goes on stage, and he has prepared dance, and now he says, no, I am not going to dance. So why you went there? Why you prepared them? Should have given the opportunity to others. So Krishna is saying that this is the weakness of heart. So Krishna is summarizing, like he's now targeting the bodily concept. Okay, that this heart belongs to the body. We are not this body. We are not this heart. Then who we are? So talking about who we are, so it is mentioned in Bible also. Bible says that we are soul. Quran says we are रूह. किसने सुना है सब? रूह. And Bhagavad Gita says that we are Atma. So we are not this body. We are soul. And to understand this, that we are soul, it will take lifetime. Because we are living in this body, so we recognize ourselves in this body only. We think that, okay, I am this body, I have to eat, I have to sleep, I am a Purush, I am a male, I am an MBA person, I am an engineer, I am a doctor, I I'm an Indian, I'm a Purush, and many things. We are designated to this body. But what is that spark if which is taken away or which is gone after that? The body is still there, but it does not move. That we have to understand. That what Krishna gives, afterwards. After 2.15, Krishna says many things about soul. Okay. So here, Krishna is chastising and telling that you give up this weakness of heart. Okay, so we will discuss now what is actually weakness of heart. Before that, it happens that many times people, outside people, those who don't believe in Krishna, they say that why they don't believe because Arjuna was a very nice gentleman, and this Krishna, who is not a very nice person, what he did, he was forcing Arjuna to fight. Understood? Arjuna is a very nice person. He is not, willing to fight. But Krishna is saying, oh, ladai karo thoda maro yaar. So they say that we don't read Bhagavad Gita. Why we don't read Bhagavad Gita? हमारे घर में झगड़ा हो जाएगा. Because after hearing this conversation, hearing these words by Arjuna started fighting. So they said, oh, our home there will be many fights. So actually it is not like that. We cannot understand Krishna from our material senses, from our material mind. But then to understand it, how can we understand? Why Krishna is forcing, why Krishna is pushing Arjuna to fight? It is done for a good cause. Just like if we take an example, a doctor, he is also using a knife. And a thief is also using a knife. Right? But both are using for a different purpose. Just like doctor is using a knife to cure the patient. Same way Krishna, when he is pushing Arjuna to fight, that is for a good cause. To release the pressure of the mother earth, which was burdened because of his adharmis. This happens, this Hridaya Daurbalya, weakness of heart, which actually Arjuna is facing at that moment. This is faced by us every day, every moment. As soon as we are going to sleep, first of all we don't want to, means full day we think of sleeping only. We are trying to, we are planning that okay, I will get this time, I will sleep. 2 बजे सो जाऊँ, दोपहर 4 बजे टाइम मिलेगा सो जाऊँ. We are always planning to sleep. But when actual time comes to sleep, we are not sleeping, we are using mobile phone. And then what we do? Okay, chalo, it's now 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. Let's sleep now. Okay, then what we do? We actually set an alarm and then we keep our phone. Okay, and then we go to sleep. And the moment we come to know that okay, now alarm is ringing, what we do? Our first plan of the day fails. Snooze. Again sleeping. Okay. So we are doing that snooze button, picking the murga chilla mar gaya. And then what happens? We understand that we are getting late now. We have to run. And see, the moment we get up, we are in anxieties. अरे बॉस पाएगा नहीं क्या हो गया बस मिलेगा जो रेगुलर बस मैं दोस्त आएगा कि बाइक में को लेने ना we are doing जुगाड़ now because we are getting it. So the moment we get up, throughout the day we have anxieties, depression, pressure, tension, everything, and because of these there is some weakness in our heart. We think that okay, whether this thing will happen or not. No? There was a survey which was done, and that survey, it was done in India, and we got to know that a child, once he is born, till the age of 8 years, that child hears, "You can't do," this statement 3 lakh times. Now, who is saying this statement? Our parents. नहीं करेगा तू नहीं चढ़ सकता उधर, नहीं चढ़ता है, पानी में मत जा, नहीं कर सकता तू, नहीं हो सकता this. So we are actually trained for this. We cannot do. As soon as we get some task, first what we do? We are trying to push it for tomorrow. Okay, I will do it tomorrow. है ना, मम्मी बोलते ये लेकर कल जाऊंगा. Immediately. Because we are trained for that, we cannot do. We think that this is not for me. ये कर सकता है, he will do. So we are trained, and this is weakness of heart. This is Hridaya Dwargalam, which Krishna saw. If a Brahmana, he is not doing the duty of a Brahmana, can we call him as a Brahmana? No. If a Kshatriya, he is called a Kshatriya, but if he is not performing his Kshatriya duties, then he is not a Kshatriya. That is why it is called Kalau Sudra Sambhava. Everyone in this Kali Yuga is Sudra. We are happy to do the Sudra jobs. Everyone is working now. Right? If a teacher, what happens that if there is a student, and his mother is a good teacher, right? And if we see that that student is not studying properly and he got failed in exam, so what do we say? We say that तेरी मम्मी तो teacher है, तो fail कैसे बन गया? तो पहला नंबर आना. This happens. But what is exactly happening? And something, we say, यार तू तो शेर का बच्चा है, तो पेट कैसे गए थे? So this happens with us. How this happens? Because we have that weakness of heart. We have that weakness. What is that weakness? We will discuss. First of all, let's discuss with one example. We at the time of exam, what happens? We are prepared. We are well prepared. That we know that we will get the percentage. Passing marks we will get, or we can get 70%, 75%. But at the time when we get the question paper, and the answer sheet, and we are about to write, Haribol. Then our hands, actually what Arjuna faced at that time, that we faced on that, that moment, writing exams. Our hands are wet, our hairs are standing on end, and then Chakra. We know that answer, but still we are forgetting, it is going from our memory. What is happening? So there is some weakness inside. Let's discuss why Krishna told Arjuna. See, if we go back, Krishna said something. What is that? See in translation, Krishna says, "O son of Pritha." Can we see that? Okay, let's discuss why Krishna is addressing Arjuna as son of Pritha. Pritha means, anybody knows who is Pritha? Kunti Maharani. So if we see Pandavas, why they are named as Pandavas? Because their father was Pandu. Pandu had two wives, Madri and Kunti. Okay, so they were very nice and they were following the duties very nicely. He was willing that his sons, should live a very simple life and very high, simple living, high thinking. And he wanted to go to forest, so he went to forest with his two wives. Okay. But then something happened. Okay, I would request you to read what happened with Pandu. If someone knows, it is very interesting. Okay, but yes, he got some curse, and then he was not able to beget the children. And then he called out. Kunti Maharani got the boon, from Durvasa, and yes, then she called the Devatas, and then the children, they begot the children. Then these Pandavas were born, and then after Pandavas were born, this curse which was upon Pandu, he was knowing that he had that curse, but still he did that mistake of having the association of his wife. So he saw Madri, and then he got bewildered, and then he took association of Madri, and because of that, he lost his life. And after that, Madri herself, went on sati. So she also gave up her life. Okay, and then Kunti Maharani stayed back. For whom? For the Pandavas. She actually saw many things, many problems, there were many difficulties Because then Dhritarashtra took the position of Hastinapur, and then many things happened. Okay. So Krishna is saying that you are a son of Pritha. That Kunti Maharani, she never gave up, and you are trying to give up. So Krishna is forcing, is trying him to remember his mother. What he did. You should not do that. Okay. Anyone knows who is this? Everyone knows. He is called God of Prayer. God. Okay. So Sachin, what is special? What is special? There is many things special, right? But there is one special thing. He got his 99 centuries and then he took 23 matches. He played 23 matches, almost 1 year he played, and then he got the 100th century. That is special. A full 1 year he took to just score that 1 century, which was 100. This is weakness of heart. 99th century, he was having no fear, no anxieties, no pressure. But the pressure was of that 100th century, which he faced. Very interestingly, as we are living our life, we are also facing those weaknesses. And because of these weaknesses only, people commit suicides. We see that few people commit suicides and others dub jate. We cannot actually hold that position. We cannot face the challenges. And then we require someone, like life coaches and many things in our life to actually face these type of problems. So I would like to remember that Krishna says some word, right? What was that? Klebium. The first word Krishna used. What is that klebium? He says that you are Napunsak. Sri Krishna chastised Arjuna as Napunsak. He says that are you from where this importance came? So this is not for Arjuna, this is for us. Yes, this is for us. But how we are forgetting our duties? Is this the position which we are having right now? Mehendi laga diya. We are not in our duties. When we say people to come to temple, they say, no, Prabhuji, we have so many duties, we have so many responsibilities. We have to take care of our parents. And then, if we see in their life, they are doing nothing. Actually, their parents are taking care of him. They are boj, actually, dharti ka boj. They are just saying, they are just pretending to that, okay, we have to take care. But, see, if we go to foreign, if we see the foreigners, they are actually being, thrown away from the house. By the age of 14, 16, and then they are, standing on their capabilities. But in India, we see that 30 years, 35 years, 40 years, till वो लड़का चड्डी पे घर पे घूम रहा है, कुछ काम धंधा नहीं करता है. And they say, no, our responsibility is to serve. This is importance. We should actually do what is our duty then. But when we are not doing, then it is Hridaya Dorbalan, which is called. Now let's understand what is Hridaya Dorbalan, what is weakness of heart. If we understand from the Vedas, from the Shastra, heart is the place where the soul is residing. Okay, where the Atma, where the Ruh is residing. And that heart, that soul has a covering which has a subtle body. Anybody knows what is a subtle body? That is mind, intelligence and false ego. Okay, there's man. That man is the only one thing, one important part who is not letting us to do, to progress in our life. So that man is, pulling us behind. We have to do something. Mind says, don't do. We don't have to do. Mind says, let's try. What is wrong? No. What is wrong in doing? You can do. Just like a thief, chor hota hai, chor. Now that thief, he knows what will happen if I am caught. He knows. But still, his mind says, you are a very smart person. You will not be. You are not like other thieves. So we are caught by this mind. So actual weakness, that weakness is coming because of this mind. And Krishna says in 6.6 Bhagavad Gita that bandhuratmatmanastasya yenatmaivatmana jitara anatmanasu shatrutve vartetatmeva shatruva. If this mind is not trained properly, then this mind will be the greatest enemy of the person. Greatest enemy, vairi. But this, if mind is trained, then it will become a best of the friends. It will help you get up. Why are you sleeping? Do something in your life. This mind will only dictate. We don't require some other person. Like parents, they are pushing and then we are running away from them. So this mind we have to train. Which, if we see in Shastra, there are some examples of Hridaya Dorbalim. Okay, let's see those examples. First example is Dhritarashtra himself. He was knowing that this Duryodhana is doing wrong with the Pandavas, wrong with the society, wrong with these females like Draupadi. Adharma. He was doing adharma. Dhritarashtra was knowing, but still, because of his Hridaya Dorbalim, his mind was not a best friend. Because of him only, Duryodhana lost. Whole Kaurav lost. Those who are standing on the Kaurava side lost. This is because of this Dhritarashtra's mind. Very important. The other example is Dashrath Maharaj. Dashrath Maharaj was knowing that this boons he is saying, he should have rejected. He should have coronated Prabhu Sri Ramchandra as a king of Ayodhya. But because of his mind, who was the greatest enemy, he accepted that, okay, Prabhu Sri Ramchandra will go to forest. This is the mind, power of mind. And then the last example is Bhishma Deva. Bhishma Deva himself is a Mahajana. Himself a devotee of Krishna. But standing on which side? Adharma side. Having Ichha Mrityu Vardhan, still he lost the battle. Still he was, defeated. This is a very interesting thing. Obviously, Bhishma Deva does not, fall into the category of mind and everything. He was carrying the order of Krishna himself. But yes, still he was standing on the other side. And we can understand, if he is a devotee of Krishna and he is standing on the other side, he will be defeated. Okay, so how to win this mind? How to actually make this mind our strength? Now let's see what Arjuna says in Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna says, Chanchalam hi manah Krishna pramati balavadredam. Tasyaham nigraham manye vayo eva sudushkaram. So Krishna says the mind is restless. Krishna is asking Arjuna is asking Krishna that this mind is very restless. Restless means understand, no? It is not resting at one place. It jumps like a monkey, karo, nahi karo. पहनो नहीं पहनो उसको देखो सामने से आ रही है नहीं देखो पीछे वाले को देखो and then this decision should I take or this should I do? We are always confused. There is so much confusion because this mind is restless. We sit at one place and then we remember, oh ये कहाँ रह गया? Then we get up. See, mind does not let us sit at one place also. So we are always confused. Restless, turbulent, obstinate and very strong. Oh, Krishna is to subdue it. I think it is more difficult than controlling the wind. See. So Arjuna has the power to control the wind. Who can control the wind? We can also control, switch off the fan. But still it will rotate for some time. But Arjuna can control the wind, but he is saying that I cannot control this mind. It is very restless, very obstinate, very turbulent. And let's see what Krishna says. Krishna replies, Sri Bhagavan Vacha Asamshayam Mahabaho Manodurnigraham Chalam Abhyasena tu Kaunteya Vairagyam Chikriyate. Very interesting. If we apply this in our life, we can actually, make progress. We can actually understand what Krishna, what a big jackpot, what a big, bumper prize Krishna has given to us. The greatest opportunity. Lord Krishna said, oh mighty arm son of Kunti, it is undoubtedly very difficult to curb the restless mind. See, Krishna's first line is, there is no doubt that this mind, we cannot conquer. But then Krishna says, but it is possible by suitable practice. Practice, we have to practice. And then by detachment. Now we will discuss what is this practice and what detachment means. Okay, so what is this practice? Krishna says, Abhyasena tu kaunteya. Just like, if we say an example of like a batsman like Virat Kohli. Okay, now Virat Kohli is very famous, he has scored many centuries, he has played many matches. And there is a India match and he comes and say, "Arey dekho to batter, मैं जाके खेल दूंगा क्या practice with this करने." Coach or no one will do that. No one will allow him to do. Even he himself, he will say, "No, I have to practice." No. So why practice is needed? So that we become master. We become perfect in anything you can do. Okay. So this practice we have to do. The practice given by Srila Prabhupada and the Acharyas and in Shastra, how we can actually curb this mind. The practice is by chanting the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. When we actually chant this mantra, it is said like, people say that we have to sit at one place and then close our eyes and then focus on, I don't know what, focus on something. Actually, we cannot focus. If we sit at one place and if we try to focus, it is impossible to focus on one thing. There are many thoughts which are coming and going in our mind. How we can focus on one particular thing? That is the reason why, Kalau tad hari kirtanat. It is mentioned in the Shastra that Kalau means Kali Yuga. Only Hari Kirtan will be successful. That is why we chant the Maha Mantra. And when we chant the Maha Mantra, we are actually engaging our tongue into the service of Krishna. Just like we take prasadam. Prasadam is also service. We are engaging our tongue into Krishna's service. So these two services, when we engage, the mercy flows. The kripa is also needed from Guru, from Krishna. Just like a kisan, a farmer is sowing the seeds. Only sowing seed will not help. The mercy of rains will also be needed, right? So similarly, we can chant the mantra. We have to chant the Maha Mantra, and then the mercy will be achievable. We have to try for that. That is the abhyasana to conquer. Then we can, try to make this mind our best friend. And now we will check what is actually vairagya. The Krishna says the second thing. Vairagya chakriyate. Now I would like to ask one question. What is vairagya? Anyone?
Detachment from materialistic things.
Detachment, okay. Detachment means vairagya, and vairagya means detachment from material things. I want to understand what is the word vairagya or detachment. What is that meaning of that word? Detachment means what? Vairagya. People say vairagya man jao. तो क्या कपड़ा निकाल के बैठ में क्या करना है? Anyone?
There are certain don'ts we should not have to do.
Okay, yes, sir.
Some people say that to detach means छोड़ देना.
Okay.
Some people say to detach means मतलब होके भी उसको feel नहीं करना.
Okay, so let's understand with one example. Okay, we will not waste more time. So, what is this? T-shirt. Okay. Now, let's focus. There is one statement given here. What is that statement? This is my T-shirt. Okay, very simple. Now, when we say that we have to detach, that does not mean that we have to, remove this T-shirt. What we have to remove then? My. It is not yours. It is not our. This T-shirt is given by Krishna. This body is not our. How we are claiming things then? This is my mobile. This is my clothes. This is my underwear. How you take? You have taken. This is my chadar. कैसे लेके तुमने रात को सोने के लिए? We are claiming for things, and nothing belongs to us. Everything belongs to Krishna. And then we realize this thing, we become vairagya. And then we can use it in Krishna's service. It's very simple to understand. If we claim that no, this is our property, this is our things, then we will be punished over here. And punishment will be given by the Prakriti, the nature. So we have to understand that this is my t-shirt, this is not my t-shirt. That my we have to give up. Then we can become actually the Vairagya. That we have to understand. So Krishna is saying to Arjuna, give up this false conception of life, misconception. Okay, let's further discuss how we can actually deal with this mind. Okay, so our Shastra says that, can we see that this chariot is there? Okay, there are some horses, 5 horses. These 5 horses are nothing but what they are? The senses. We can see there in their neck, it is given the eyes are there, nose, and this is called Indriya, senses. And those senses, they are actually driving, means they are running like horses, they are running. And then there is one chariot driver. That chariot driver is who it is? It is intelligence. Now where is the mind? Mind is the reen. Reen, you understand? The lagam lagana ghoda ko. That is mind. And the person sitting behind, who is that? The soul, Atma. Okay, let's discuss further. Let's understand it very deeply. Now it is very clear. Okay, so can we see the horses? Those are the senses. Okay, now these senses are not in our control. Our means who? Who is the chariot driver? Buddhi. And we see that Buddhi, higher intellect. Now that higher intellect, that Buddhi does not have that much knowledge. Because of that, these senses, they are driving away. वो घोड़े कहीं भी भागे. Understand? जैसे ये आँखें, these eyes. We know that we should not see, some wrong, like if a lady is coming, we should not see. It is mentioned in the Shastra that Chanakya Pandit also says, Matra Vatparadvareshu. You should see every woman as a mother. This is our culture, this is our samskar. But because this mind, this intelligence, the chariot driver, it does not have that much intelligence, that much knowledge. So these senses, when they see a woman, they ask the question to whom? To mind. Now see very interestingly what is mind. Mind is the lagam, and that lagam, they are actually, acting independently because knowledge that the buddhi does not have that much capability. So ye ghode apne manmani karo. So the senses, they are acting in their own way. They want to touch. We want to touch very soft, soft body. We want to touch. Then someone, we see something special, being cooked. We immediately think, "Arey, khana chikha." We are sitting in a bus. We have already taken a ticket, and some girl, gets into the bus and she says, "Ek ticket dena," and immediately we are thinking, "Well, these senses, ears are not in our control." Understood? Nothing is in our control. Why? Because this lagam mind, acting whimsically. So what we should do now? We should actually train this chariot driver. If this chariot driver will hold the lagam properly, then these horses will be under control. It is very simple, right? Now let's discuss what we should do this with chariot driver. We should give this chariot driver the spiritual knowledge. We are giving knowledge, but what we are giving? The material knowledge which is not capable of holding that reins, the lagam. So we should give spiritual knowledge, and when we give spiritual knowledge to the brain, to actual intelligence, it will act very nicely. Just like I will ask one question. Who is ready to rape? Anyone? Anyone from here want to rape someone? The answer is no. Why no? Because we know that what will happen if we do a rape. We will be, beaten up. Our life will be spoiled. Understood? And the image will be spoiled. Everything will happen. So we have that intelligence. Understood? Yes, there might be, we can get the opportunity to rape, but still, because our intelligence is fulfilled, it has that hold, it has that strength, we will not do that. Understood? So similarly, when we have spiritual knowledge, we will be actually aware of it. We can actually hold these reins, this mind, and then we can actually control these senses. Is it clear? I hope. Okay, let's move forward. Now we'll see some examples. Actually, just now, last week only we celebrated Janmashtami. So Krishna's father, who is it? Vasudeva and Mother Devaki. They gave the word to Kamsa. Kamsa was ready to kill Devaki immediately. Immediately he was driving the chariot and he heard the Bhavishyavani, Akashvani, and then he removed the sword and he was ready to kill his sister immediately. But then Vasudeva told, okay, wait, I will ask something. What I will do, I will bring every child in front of you to kill them. Okay, this was the statement given by whom? Vasudeva. Okay, we can see that, okay, he is, there is weakness of heart because of his wife, newly married wife. Okay, Devaki. And then we see also what happens at every child, this Vasudeva take this child and give it to Kamsa, and Kamsa kills it. We know everything, right? This we know. But then when Krishna is actually born, what Vasudeva did? So there actually, turns, game actually changes. There we can see that Vasudeva is not, he is not having a weakness of heart. His mind is controlled. He knows what to do at that moment. He's ready to give up, cheat for Krishna. This is very, very interesting. Then there is another example of whom? Ravana's brother, Vibhishana. Vibhishana, actually, he was staying in Lanka only with, there was no association of devotees also. But he was chanting, he was having Tulsi Maharani with him. So he was into devotion. He was control, self-control. And when Hanumanji came, he actually opposed that time. He told that you are doing an offense towards Hanuman. You should not do. Then he served the devotee through his tongue, right? He served Hanumanji through his tongue, and he got the mercy of Prabhu Sri Ramchandra. And he was not having a weakness of heart. He actually left the kingdom. He joined Prabhu Sri Ramchandra. And we can see that Prabhu Sri Ramchandra, obviously Bhagavan himself, he did not, sat on that place, the kingdom of Lanka. He actually gave it to Vibhishana himself. This is the glory of Vibhishana actually. So we can understand how we have to practice and how to be detached. Also, if we can see our ISKCON founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada, how he actually went from Jalduta and having 2 heart attacks. Then when he went outside the boat, he was not knowing whether to take left or right. He was knowing nothing. No relatives, no one actually. But then there was something which was higher to please Krishna. And see, now we can see what has happened. When Srila Prabhupada was there, he actually built 108 temples. At the age of 70, he went and within 8 years, he built 108 temples. Is it possible? Right now, we cannot, purchase a land like this size of a tiles also. And he has, all over the world, 108 temple. And we are sitting right now in the 108th temple of Srila Prabhupada. Right now, if we can, count, there are thousands of temples of Krishna. This is just because of the desire of Srila Prabhupada to serve Krishna. So we can, if there are many idols which we made, outside, this is my idol, that is my idol. If we actually want to, follow someone, we can follow Srila Prabhupada and we get the mercy. We think that success in our life is, having 4 servants, having a big car, with a very nice, nicely figured wife, and then maid servants, and the big palace, and then everyone is going down their head before us. We think this is our success. But what is very nice, what is amazing? When asked, by Dharma himself to Yudhishthira. What is amazing in this world? Huh? So what, no, anyone knows what Yudhishthira replied? No? Anyone knows? Yes?
Yudhishthira Maharaj said, the most amazing thing is that everyone knows he will be dead. He is always saying his relative is dying, but he is thinking, I will not be dead.
That is amazing, right? So everyone is, actually experiencing. We are daily seeing people dying. We are taking them to, some shan. And then coming back and then we think we will not die. This will not happen with us. This is most amazing thing. This is not success which we think is a success. We will get a very nice, again a life, 84 lakhs of species. If we are daily, throughout the day, if we are thinking of a woman, of a girl, as Shastra says, that a boy always thinks of a girl and a girl is always thinking of a boy. So throughout the day, if we always think of a girl, then we become a girl in our next life. Then you take a comb and try to do makeup. If you think we have seen this Puranjana right now, like this way Sadhudevi Prabhu is taking this Puranjana pastime. So we see that Puranjana became a woman in this lecture. Just like Bharat Maharaj was, on the Premastar, and then he was doing very nicely devotion, but he got attached to whom? A deer, and he became a deer. He became a deer in his next life. So it is very important that how we see our life, moving forward. We cannot see, we cannot actually understand through our material senses. What we can see through this, eyes. We cannot even see the nearer object. And what is nearer? The palak, what we say, palak in English? Eyebrow, eyelash. This one, we cannot see that also. And we are so much proud of our eyes. We cannot. Ataha Shri Krishna Namadi na bhavet grahyam indriya. So Krishna Namadi, we cannot actually grasp this Krishna, Krishna's name, Krishna's form, qualities, pastimes through our this blunt material senses. But then how we can catch? Sevon mukhe hi jivaro. By serving. And this service starts from jivha, this tongue. By taking prasadam and then engaging in chanting. Then swayameva hi spurtiyada. Krishna's mercy will descend. It is not like that we will catch Krishna, we will be understanding Krishna through our senses. No. Krishna will decide. We are trying to see Krishna. Srila Prabhupada's Guru Maharaj says that we don't have to, don't try to see Krishna. Don't try to see Krishna. Act in such a way that Krishna comes to see you. भगवान को देखने का प्रयास मत करें. कुछ ऐसा करिए कि भगवान खुद आए तुमको देख. So we have to act in such a way. We have to serve. We are serving right now. We are serving everyone. We are serving ourselves first, then our family. We are doing what? Naukari. Naukari means what? There is a word, very nice word in Naukari. Naukar. So we are Naukar only. We are servants, but pretending like we are a master. If a man is going for a job, he thinks that I am the owner of this family. See my name on the board. But his position in that house is on that door only. That's it. There is no place for that man inside of it. Inside that home, there is one sofa, and on that sofa, a dog is sitting. And now this man thinks that okay, this dog is mine and he is my servant. But actually, he is his dog. This man is dog, and that dog is master. This is illusion, complete illusion. So we have to understand whom we are serving. And now we see that many people go for washing clothes. They are doing like job in the big house. कोई मालिक को सेवा करता है. But if we see, are they happy serving there? no one is happy. We think that if we get the permanent job, we will be happy. Ask who have permanent job, ask them, are they happy? Even Ambani, if we see, Ambani or Adani, they are wearing coat and they are going to job, and we think मेरे पास पैसा आएगा, खुश हो जाएगा, फिर मैं भक्ति करूँ. Impossible. So this is the starting of weakness of our mind is not in control. Mind is continuously cheating us, continuously cheating. Just like we will see one example now. In Ramayana, in South India, there were many Vanaras standing, and they come to know that Sita Maya, Mother Sita was taken away to that place. There is one place 800 miles away from, this place in South India, and then there is a big ocean in between, very big, vast ocean. And then now Jambavan, a bear, is asking who can jump. And then someone says, I can jump 10 miles, 8 miles, 12 miles, 13, 14, 80. Someone says 100. It is 800 miles. So now one Vanara, whose name is Angad. Angad. Anyone knows Angad? Everyone knows, right? So Angad says that I can jump. I can jump, full 800 miles. So everyone, Hari. Oh, so we got someone who can actually jump. So it is very nice. But then he says something. And what he says? I cannot come back. So what is this? But you have to go there and you have to confirm that Sita Maya is there. It's very simple, right? And then you jump back here and you tell us, then we can go to Prabhu Sri Ramchandra and then we will do something. It was a very simple task, right? But then Angad says, I can jump there, but I cannot jump back. Then what is the use? क्या काम करे sir? But then our Acharya, then Valmiki, it throws a very focus, a very interesting focus on what Angad is actually saying. Let's understand that now. So it is said by Valmiki and other Acharyas that why Angad is saying that I cannot jump back. This Lanka, was a place of what? Opulence, right? Sone ki Lanka means that there was no Sone ka lota, there was no Sone ka drum. You understand? There was a Sone ka Lanka. Whole Lanka city, Lanka country was opulent. There were many, dancers, apsaras, food. It is like Swarga, heaven. Understood? And then one who don't have controlled mind, what he will do? He will jump there and he will start enjoying, forgetting the task. He want to, enjoy everything there. You want to eat and then you want to dance there with the apsaras and many things. So this is why Angad says that I can jump, but I cannot jump back. Actually, Valmiki says that he can jump back. He has that ability. But why he is saying I cannot jump? Because he has uncontrolled mind. We can also do many things in our life. We can, if we actually decide now, everyone can become a Kauravati. We have that, But right now, what is pulling ourselves? This mind. But then there was someone who was actually controlled. And who was he? Hanuman. He was one. And when actually Jambavan saw that there is one Vanara who is saying nothing. He is not interested, in falsely claiming that I can jump. He is standing behind. Now someone, like me, if he sees him, I will say, he is, having the Hridaya Daurbalya. He is weak. His mind is not controlled. That is why he is, Shankha. But that is the quality of the devotees actually. They don't want to show, that what they can do. Just like when Sita Maya asked the question to Hanumanji. When actually Hanumanji jumped and went there, so Sita Maya saw that Hanumanji, he was sitting on a leaf, like very small. And he was dictating Ramayana, and then Sita Maya asked that, come, please come, in front of me. I want to see who are you. And then Hanumanji comes in front, and then he actually got the size of monkey. And then Hanumanji says that, okay, let's go, to Prabhu Sri Ramchandra. But Sita Maya asked that, how we can go? So Hanumanji actually, take the big size. So Sita Maya got confused now. Sita Maya says that right now you are sitting on that leaf, you are very small. Now, and then just after that, I saw you as size of a monkey. And then now you are this much. So Sita Maya asked, can you please tell me what is your actual size? Please tell. So Hanumanji says, my actual size is like a monkey only. But for the service of Prabhu Sri Ramchandra, I can take any size. This must be our mood. Right now, what mood we are having, we should check. We should every time check. We are actually running from our life. We are thinking that, we are big, but we are actually become that small leaf size, Hanumanji. We are running from our life. And when actually, it comes that, okay, what you are doing, then we pretend to be, we are like the big size Hanumanji, and we are saying big things, falsely claiming. We are doing nothing. So, this mood we should have, to serve, to actually, control this mind, and then we can engage, Krishna's service. It's very important to understand this thing in our life and to become, to make our life successful, just like Hanumanji did. So Hanumanji was controlled, self-control, and he was not having a weakness of heart. Okay, I hope this is understood, and we would like to end here. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Anyone having question? Yes, sir.
It's like the topic which have been mentioned, right? The lecture will be weakness of heart. But after going to the lecture which we had just it is all about weakness of mind. Right? Because when you also mentioned that 6.3 Krishna is mentioning, undoubtedly you can't curb your mind, but basically if you take your practice on a daily basis, you can overcome it. And the second thing which you mentioned when you were taking an example of this is my t-shirt.
Yeah.
But see, if I talk about this materialistic world, we have to denote each and every object. We have to denote each and every object. Even if I talk about an example, take an example of your bead bag, right? That this is, if I take an example of bead bag, right? If for example, three people, different bead bags, so if somebody wants to tell that this is yours, so it will be denoted by your name. Right? So I believe that.
Yes, you're absolutely correct. But the things which you are saying is through, the bodily concept. Understood? What actually Krishna is saying, what actually Vairagya is not to, get attached. That's when detachment will come. When we understand that nothing belongs to us, but then we have to accept that and engage in Krishna's service. Now, if we say that this body is not ours, then what we should do? We do suicide. No, we should engage, we have to. And then we have to engage in Krishna service. Right? And yes, weakness of heart was the topic, but we discussed about weakness of mind. Why? Because, as I said, that heart has, mind, the soul is sitting place of heart, and then there is mind, intelligence, and false ego, which is a covering of this, soul. So actually, the inside object which is actually weakening us is mind. That is why. So understood. So this is on the terms of the spirituality. Vedas is mentioned, and then Shastra. So we are discussing on that. Okay. So if any question is there, we can discuss it personally. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Guru Premanande. Hare Hare.